What's going on, everybody? It's Afro Think Tank. What does it look like when a Klansman takes off his hood? What does it look like? Because I keep telling you, all the criminals, all the bad guys are wearing suits, right? So what the Klansmen have done is they've taken off their white robe because that's not good PR. All right, it's not good PR, right? And they put on suits and they put little American pins on their shoulder and they run for office, or they join the police department and they become police officers and detectives. They become lawyers and judges. They want to make sure that they can exercise their racism utilizing the systems built for them to do just that, right? Just like European gangs in America are called clubs, right? So while they target gangs because African Americans still call them gangs, white people call them clubs. That's why you got those biker clubs who are gangs, right? But they don't get the same amount of attention because they are official clubs. That's why gangs, right? White gangs are called militias, right? Because they make themselves official utilizing the systems built for them to do just that. So they can willy-nilly walk around and have guns and practice how to be terrorists in the woods and shit, right? And they can brandish their guns because they're a part of a militia, a regulated militia, built to do what? To fight against a tyrannical government. Well, we got a tyrannical government right now, and not one of these militias are doing what they're built to do. Why? Because they're really white gangs, okay? So, but the real power lies in the Klan members who are, in fact, a part of the actual Klan, okay? That's the thing about it. They are, in fact, Klan members, but they are positioned in places to where they can make the change. So they can go ahead and get the black gang members, and put them in jail for 30, 40 years for something they would never put their own white brothers and sisters in jail for. So they can send their little race soldiers out, like ICE. Who do you think signed up for ICE? Why do you think Donald Trump lowered the standard for ICE, the federal law enforcement agency who should have the highest standard of qualification? Why do you think they lowered the age and all that? So we can get uneducated white boys to join up. Why do you think that ICE has a bigger budget than the military all of a sudden, which is absolutely insane? So they can finance all their little racist little white boys to go ahead and sign up so they can deport goddamn Latinos and harass immigrants in the country. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. It's the slave catcher. Like back in the day, when slave catchers, I don't know if y'all knew this, right? But back in the day after slavery was abolished and during Reconstruction, when the Klan got really big, right? And they made these slave, well, no, it was during slavery. I'm messing up my timelines. This was during slavery, right? Because by the time after slavery, they became police officers and shit. But during slavery, when they went to go capture the slaves that ran away, the Africans who were enslaved that ran away, right? What they would do is they would force villages to give up their boys, white villages to give up their boys to join the slave patrol. They had no choice. They made it a part of policy to force their young boys to go out there chasing Africans up and down this the southern portion of America, all around America. They made them do it. Right? Well, right now, it's the same thing, but they're giving them incentives because they know ain't no damn jobs. So you offer a bunch of poor ass, white boys that's already been built and conditioned to be racist, right? You offer them a whole bunch of ridiculous money that's never been offered by any federal law enforcement, because that shouldn't be the incentive to join law enforcement. As a matter of fact, if that is the case, then you shouldn't even qualify for law enforcement, because you have to have a clearance, and in your background, you can't be in debt. You can't have a whole bunch of nothing in there, because that means you're susceptible to get bribed off to do things that's unbecoming of a federal law enforcement officer, which most of these federal law enforcement officers are doing currently right now, right? So yeah, this shit we got going on right now, all the Klansmen took their suits off, and they just put their little blazers on, their little American pins, and they're cosplaying as politicians, as leaders, as judges, as lawyers, as all manner of supposed dignified positions that's supposed to keep America and its structure together. All right, and I'm gonna give you an example in the following video. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Tell me what you gotta think in the comment section. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, Tito. I'm out.
So, just in case you were wondering, What does it look like when a Klansman takes off his hood? I got you. Here is United States Senator from the state of Missouri, Eric Smith. And he was at a national conservative or white nationalist conference. They just don't call it that. They don't call it that. They call it national conservatism. And he defined what American was. And guess who he didn't include? Let's take a listen.
The Continental Army soldiers dying of frostbite at Valley Forge. The Pilgrims struggling to survive in the hard winter soil of Plymouth. The pioneers striking out from Missouri for the wild and dangerous frontier. The outnumbered Kentucky settlers repelling wave after wave of Indian war band attacks from beyond the stockade walls. All of them will be astonished to hear that they were only fighting for a proposition. They believed they were fighting for a nation, a homeland for themselves and their descendants. They fought, they bled, they struggled, they died for us. They built this country for us. America, in all its glory, is their gift to us, handed down across the generations. It belongs to us. It's our birthright. It's our heritage, our destiny. If America is everything and everyone, then it is nothing and no one at all. When they tear down our statues and monuments, mock our history, and insult our traditions, they're attacking our future as well as our past. By changing the stories we tell about ourselves, they believe they can build a new America with the new myths, a new people. But America doesn't belong to them. It belongs to us. It's our home. It's a heritage entrusted to us by our ancestors. It's a way of life that is ours and only ours. If we disappear, then America too will cease to exist.
And there you have it. The quiet parts out loud. Senator Eric Smith's audition for the Grand Wizard position that he has been working towards all his life. This is why they seek to control the historical narrative and to whitewash it every chance they get. And you know what's funny to watch? It's funny to watch them use a language that they have spoken all their lives and not realize how much they tell on themselves when they use it. Because he spoke of new myths. In order to speak of new myths, you must have old myths. And the story of this country is a myth that they have created time and time again. They have whitewashed history into some unrecognizable representation that makes them look like the hero. And that is why it is so important that they control the historical narrative of learning, teaching, and museums, so they can tell their story without the ramifications of their evils. Yeah, Eric Smith is just telling you the quiet parts out loud. They've been saying it. It's time that you started listening and acting accordingly. You all have the day you deserve, and may the ancestors judge you accordingly to your works. If you're sitting out, may they judge you accordingly to your works. Y'all have the day you deserve.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan.
Wait. Before you go, for all my subscribers and philanthropists out there, I'm building a solar power community water bowl system in Nigeria. It's going to cost between $5,000 and $6,000. I'm trying to raise money. If you want to participate and help me build this solar power water system, please donate to the Cash App and put solar water in the notes. Solar water in the notes. I'll put PayPal, Stripe, and Zelle. Anyway, thank you. That's all I got to say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out. Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.